continue the momentum.
Well, I think the difference is the first time these two teams matched up, as you see Quinten Post and Jesse Edwards embrace at half court. We're going to get into their story a little later. Quinten Post came back for, really, it was his first time back for Boston College. Boston College, a different team with their 7-footer in the lineup.
No question about that, as the Eagles in their throwback gold jerseys, the orange as you'd expect in the orange, and we are underway. Our officials are Bill Covington, Ray Steins, and Jerry Heater. Judah Mintz, one of the more impressive freshmen in the country, has the basketball. The three rims out by Chris Bell as Ashton Langford tracks it down. You look at the Syracuse 5, and Mintz has had a terrific year for them.
He's hard to find a freshman that's playing better. He has really been outstanding for Syracuse, scoring the ball and making some really good decisions from that point guard position.
BC Quinten Post in the corner, too hard. And the rebound by Prince Aligbe. And that's one he'd like to have back. BC scored on each offensive putback against Clemson. A huge part of their success on Tuesday. Here's Jesse Edwards, our spotlighted matchup with Post. Edwards wheeling and dealing in the post, and the left-handed shot. Nice touch.
And I think the key in that defensive matchup right there, Boston College decided to stay home. No help came, and that time Edwards wins out. Again, I'm going to say it, one of the most improved players offensively in college. Really, you know about his defense, but offensively, he's taken a huge step.
A three by Mekhi Ashton Langford, who's played very well the last week. He's averaging 13 points, not known for his three-point shooting at 28%.
That's huge right there for Boston College, but they go right back, Syracuse, and they're saying, look, that's a matchup we like. If Boston College is not going to double, we're going to go right back down low to Jesse Edwards.
Aligbe now to McLaughlin, who's in the lineup for an injured DeMar Langford, missing his second straight game. Here's McLaughlin with good touch from the elbow. Devin McLaughlin, 23 games, his second start. He's averaging 6 points and 4 rebounds. He's active off the glass, and he's gotten better each and every game.
And it's key, though, how they attack the zone. I think that's crucial.
Girard with a three. He loves to play BC. Joe Girard averaging 18 points per game his last 5 outings against the Eagles, including 24 on New Year's Eve at the Dome.
I had a chance to speak with assistant coach Red Autry about Joseph Girard's last outing where he was held to 7 points. He said, look, it was similar to what we just saw there. They liked some of the looks that he had. It wasn't like they were bad looks or he was really getting bottled up. He just missed some shots.
High pass by Mintz. That one got away from him.
But early, you can see the strategy, John. They're going right at Quinten Post. Nice post entry pass. Nice little jump hook by Jesse Edwards. Early on, he's got it going offensively for Syracuse.
Edwards, a double-double average, 13 points and 10 rebounds. Also has 26 steals. And one of the best shot-blocking artists in the country. Here's Post. To the rack, but too strong off the glass. Good idea, though.
Yeah, it is. And again, that time Syracuse stayed home with their wings and let Post operate again one-on-one with Edwards.
Edwards, crafty pass, tracked down by Mintz, who gets fouled, and he hits the shot. The N1 for Judah Mintz. A miraculous shot. Foul was on Post, his first.
Well, that is a difficult shot against one of the better defenders in the ACC, Mekhi Ashton Langford. And again, I'm going to repeat my statement. He is one of the better freshmen, not just in the ACC, but in college basketball, Judah Mintz. His ability to do that right there, make those difficult twos, really, it's been impressive.
You know how tough it is to make the transition from the high school ranks. One of the best conferences in the country. Here's Jada Zachary. Too strong, rebound by Aligbe. And he puts it in. He's industrious.
He is not built like a freshman. They are so high on this young man, Prince Aligbe, and that's another big-time offensive rebound and putback.
Girard from 23. Yes, sir. Joe Girard, he can hit from anywhere.
And what won't get credit for that is the screen by Jesse Edwards. Again, a lot of times shooters get open, but that's all set up by a beautiful screen.
Great pass by Ashton Langford to Post, who was parked on the block. And here's an N1 situation for BC. Foul on Syracuse's Chris Bell. We'll take our first timeout.
When we started our business, we were paying like an arm.
First time, Malcolm. Joe Girard, give him airspace, it's problematic.
And it's a beautifully designed play right there. The screen by Jesse Edwards frees him up. Now, the dilemma that Boston College has is if Quinten Post comes out and hedges, then Jesse Edwards can slip and dive down low to the post. Again, a beautifully executed and well-designed play to free up Girard for a clean look from beyond the arc.
Quinten Post at the line. And he rattles it home. He's only missed one foul shot. That's returning from his foot injury. And now TJ Bickerstaff replaces the 7-footer from the Netherlands. What type of look does this give BC with Bickerstaff in the game?
Well, it gives him another good rebounder. And again, obviously post size, that's a problem defending Jesse Edwards. I would suspect they're going to go right back down low to Jesse Edwards with Post on the bench.
Good defense on the weak side by Devin McLaughlin.
And right here, again, they're trying to get him rolling. In that situation, again, you don't mind it because you're trying to get him the ball, but I'd almost just try to get him isolated down low on the block.
Edwards thought about it. Instead, rolled towards the baseline. Prince Aligbe has it for Ashton Langford. The bounce is picked up by Girard. Magnificent defense, and the lob for Edwards. He leads Syracuse with 34 dunks. No surprise.
Yeah, that's a beautiful find by Joseph Girard. Turnovers, that's something Earl Grant talked about. We have to be below 12 turnovers in this game. He was concerned about Syracuse. He said, look, they do a good job off of turnovers in transition.
McLaughlin, high percentage shot. They did a good job finding him. Ball movements working in BC's favor.
We're seeing high-level offense, really both teams executing at a high level, getting some high percentage shots early on in this game.
Eagles shooting 50%. Girard on Zachary. And here comes Mintz. Got Ashton Langford in the air, and he hits it. He's crafty.
That's the word I was thinking of. I mean, that's a freshman going up against a fifth-year guy, and Mekhi Ashton Langford, and really, he took him to school. That's a big-time move by the freshman, Judah Mintz.
Mintz is hitting 44% of his shots. Had a big game against BC on New Year's Eve. Zachary for Aligbe, the three by the freshman, too strong, and Edwards corrals it. Syracuse equally hot for the four, 60%. The drive and an offensive foul, says the veteran official Ray Steins on Judah Mintz.
Well, that time the veteran got the better of the freshman, but on the previous play right here, a little head fake, step through. He made that look easy. That's a really difficult shot, though. This is going to be a battle we're going to watch throughout this game. Mekhi Ashton Langford, one of the better defenders, on-ball defenders in the ACC against a really talented freshman in Judah Mintz.
Mason Madsen in the BC lineup, 45 in goal, transfer from Cincinnati. He has the ball. Now McLaughlin. Eagles patient against the 2-3 zone, and a foul on the Orange. Jerry Heater was on this one, calling it on Chris Bell. Syracuse always travels well, many fans in attendance. Second on Bell. As the Syracuse scouting report, been rocky for them at times this year, but you know what, Malcolm, they're getting there. Jim Boeheim said after the Virginia loss, it was their best game of the year.
Yeah, and against a team that I think, again, wouldn't be surprised to see them in the Final Four and Elite Eight. That's a really good Virginia team. So again, obviously nobody wants to lose, but certainly I don't think anybody's going to frown upon a loss against a really good top 10 Virginia team.
Rebound by Bickerstaff after the miss by Madsen. Pass by McLaughlin. Baseline, they got jammed up though in the zone. And here's Mintz. They swarm you in the post, don't they? Girard for three. And here come the Eagles.
A break by Boston College that time, though. A nice little screen for Girard in transition. This is something Syracuse will do. They'll run a little bit different of a secondary break where they're just trying to get Girard on these quick hitters off these little pin downs.
Girard, low dribble, stolen by Zachary. Here he comes. Before that, though, an offensive foul. That's on Bickerstaff. Harry Heater called it.
Well, John, he was trying to clear a path for Jaden Zachary. Really, probably not necessary because you had a 2-on-1. And right here, he's trying to clear a path. Yeah, he got in the way right there and cleared out Judah Mintz. Good call by the officials. Tough break, though. Boston College, they had a turnover. Looked like they had an advantage on the other end.
Bam, a discussion with Judah Mintz. What do you think that was about?
Well, I think obviously get him a little bit of a break first, and then the turnovers really wasn't his fault. That was on Girard. But I think that's just more about him getting a rest.
Substitutions for the Orange. Justin Taylor. Symir Torrance, backup point guard. Girard got his man in the air. It was Ashton Langford. And the foul is on Makai Ashton Langford, his first. And Penny Williams in the Syracuse lineup. And he was a man under the spotlight. The other night he did not play at Virginia. It was a personal decision for him. He needed a day to work some things out. His last 7 games. Struggled a bit, but, you know, a freshman that's very talented.
He is, and I think, look, Jim Boeheim has talked about this. I heard him talking about it. Look, anytime any player, whether it's a freshman, upperclassman, loses their starting position, they need to take a little time and sometimes adjust to that. But again, he said it, and everybody agrees with it. They need him. He is just too talented. And if they're going to go on any type of run, they're going to need him being productive for Syracuse.
Instrumental, Malcolm, in the Syracuse win, their first meeting. He had 16 and 10. Gave them a really nice burst. Madsen, the 3, he nails it. Mason Madsen has 28 3-pointers to lead the Eagles on the year.
Oh, that's huge for Boston College. Anytime you play against the Syracuse zones, you're going to have to knock down some perimeter jumpers. They only made 4 in their first time against Syracuse.
Jump hook, Edwards. That is a tough shot to stop. A pro caliber shot.
I'll tell you what, he has just continued to get better. Alan Griffin, Red Autry, Jerry Mack, the assistant coaches to go along with the Hall of Famer Jim Boeheim deserve a lot of credit. He has just continued to get better year after year.
Langford finds Post to Chaz Kelly, freshman. And Torrance with a rebound. Syracuse had numbers, but they'll hold the front court. See, 5 assists on 6 field goals. Edwards. Bounce and the steal by Madsen. Here come the Eagles. Madsen will take the 3. And Girard corrals the rebound. Was that too quick?
Probably so. You had the advantage. If you have a 3-on-2, probably want to try to get the ball to the rim. On the other side, I think Jesse Edwards being a little bit too over passive. He's isolated on the wing and trying to work himself down low against Quinten Post. He's trying to make a pass. You'd probably almost rather have him shoot that one, in particular a guy that shoots close to 60%.
Girard off to a real rough start against BC, 1 for 5 shooting. All of them 3-point attempts. Kelly, Bickerstaff, Madsen, balls moving crisply. Post, and he gets the hometown roll. Post has 5. He averages 16 to lead the Eagles.
Boston College doing a nice job attacking the Syracuse zone. But they're getting some ISOs at the foul line.
Williams way off. Ashton Langford has it. Not what the Orange were looking for. Post out of a double, but it's stolen by Torrance. 4 turnovers for BC. And a foul against BC, and that brings us to another media timeout. Jesse Edwards leads all scorers with 8 points. He's doing a good job on this lob, and the Orange lead by 1.
This week is your chance to try any.
Basically grew up together playing basketball. We both are from Amsterdam. We both played at the same club. We've been friends for so long. I remember we always used to stay out longer after practice, play one-on-one, and we kind of grew together too. We were both very late bloomers. Kind of grew grew later than some of the other guys. So very comparable, and he's one of my better friends. Certainly one of my best friends in the basketball world. So yeah, great guy. I always love playing against him for sure.
That was Quinten Post on ACC PM on ACC Network, and great relationship with Jesse Edwards growing up together in Amsterdam, and what a youth team they had.
I'll tell you what, a lot of size on that one. I'd like to see those other guys that were taller than them early, but right now these two have a nice little individual battle going on, and certainly both of them so key for what their teams want to do offensively and defensively.
And Mason Matson giving BC a lift off the bench with 5 points.
Yeah, a nice little head fake that time. He's known for his shooter, doesn't settle for the jumper. 1-2 right up into his pull-up jumper.
Edwards against Quinten Post. Just a steal by Kelly, and Torrance gets it back. Runner. Edwards down low, and he puts it back in. That's what they expect from the 7-1 Jesse Edwards, who has 10.
Right now, he is really enforcing his will in the paint. A big-time offensive rebound and putback. And again, he's a guy offensively has gotten better, but that's his great upper body strength by Jesse Edwards.
Jaden Zachary eyes the 3, and Edwards has the board. Syracuse has led for 7.5 minutes. Lob off the bench, and a block as they stymie Malik Brown. Good block by Prince Aligbe, and Brown is averaging 10 points in his last 2 games.
Yeah, and they're going to need more of that, Boston College, the transition defense. Make or miss.
Madsen, rebound tracked for a moment by Zachary. That's a foul on BC. It's going to be on Jaden Zachary. So Jesse Edwards a rebound, and then a putback. Not too shabby, Malcolm.
Jesse Edwards enforcing his will on the offensive glass. Syracuse up 3. Key matchup, we talked about it in the open, containing Jesse Edwards. He's got it going that time with the left. Boston College choosing not to double or dig out of the post. Syracuse doing a nice job of finding him. And then right here, this has been problematic for many teams when you match up against Syracuse. He does a good job attacking the offensive glass.
70 offensive rebounds this year. Would be hard-pressed to match up against any guys around the ACC. He's going to be at the top of the list as one of the more difficult matchups. Presents so many challenges. Post falls down, and Ray Styons calls a offensive foul.
Those guys go way back right here. Yeah, that's pretty good D. By Post, holds his ground. Edwards puts down the shoulder, and that time draws the foul. Offensive charge. Jim Boeheim not happy with that call at all.
He's calling for the flop call. Ray Styons doesn't want to hear it. Zachary forced the pass, and another turnover. Syracuse swarming around the elbows in the zone. Benny Williams. Mintz had a few moments on the bench. The runner baseline. Batted away to Aligbe. Here comes a 2-on-1 with Jaden Zachary for Aligbe, and the flush. Man, that was superb.
You can't run offense in transition off the turnover any better. Unselfish play by Zachary. And then Aligbe showing off the hops in transition.
Can't run it better than that. Mintz trying to shake Ashton Langford. Here comes Zachary. Torrance nifty dribbling in the post for Edwards. Look out. He's rolling too easily on the block.
And that's all set up. That is a beautiful post-entry pass by Torrance. All Jesse Edwards had to do was catch it. He gave him the target, drop step, and then throw it in. That's a beautiful post-entry pass by Torrance.
Two playmakers in the backcourt for the Orange, Mintz and Torrance. Zachary and Aligbe combining.
Yeah, this right here, though, great transition offense. Jaden Zachary, unselfish, and then Aligbe showing off the hops in transition off the steal. And both these teams right now doing a good job being active in the passing lanes.
Syracuse hot from the field, high percentage shots, 50%. BC 41%. Kai Ashton Langford, transferred from Providence, McLaughlin. Ashton Langford. Good hustle by McLaughlin, but he can't track it down. Here's our Tuesday college basketball doubleheader on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Lake Hinson and Pittsburgh host Louisville at 7 Eastern, and it's off to Charlottesville. Jaquavian Smith, Jarkel Joyner, and NC State taking on number 6 Virginia. Virginia shocked earlier today.
Life in the ACC, and this guy right here, Judah Mintz. I'm going to go back to my conversation I had with Red Autry before this game. He said, look, hard to find a freshman playing better than Judah Mintz because of the system they play in and what he's asked to do manning that point guard position. Hard to argue. He has really been phenomenal for Syracuse.
Here's Girard with Mintz on transition. What a block by Prince Aligbe. My goodness. And almost a steal by Brown. Here comes Quinten Post. Playing a two-man game with Jaden Zachary. Just outstanding defense by the freshman Aligbe from Minneapolis. Zachary hits the three. So defense turns into offense.
That's a nice find by Quinten Post. We talked about his scoring in the tip. That's also something he brings to this offense. He's an excellent passer out of the high post or low post.
Three for the Orange is Bell. McLaughlin over the top, and his hard work and perseverance pays off. It's a foul. It's on Malik Brown.
All right, here we got freshman on freshman crime. Prince Aligbe said to Judah Mintz, the freshman for Syracuse. And then on the other end, Quinten Post showing off the passing ability to Jaden Zachary. And we got ourselves a really good game.
Zachary and the run-up to Aligbe. My goodness, Prince Aligbe, have yourself a day.
That one might show up on SportsCenter. The lob to Prince Aligbe.
Edwards too strong. Aligbe's got the rebound. You know about momentum, Malcolm, and what you get when you have the energy on both ends of the floor.
Well, I think right now Syracuse, they're getting some good looks. They obviously right now, I think the biggest issue they're having, Boston College getting some quality looks from beyond the arc.
Ashton Langford from McLaughlin, good catch, former tight end in high school. McLaughlin gets blocked this time by Edwards. Zachary, no. Beat the shot clock, but McLaughlin tracks it down. And a foul on BC. That leads us to a break, and Prince Aligbe brings the house down at Chestnut Hill.
SportsCenter, Prince Aligbe coming at you. Beautiful lob pass. We got a tie game in Chestnut Hill. Elite athlete showing off the hops on the other end defensively, breaking up what looked like an easy deuce. And back to the alley-oop play, a beautiful set piece by Boston College. You take a look at this freshman's numbers. You go back to the last game versus Clemson, 30 solid minutes. I think the big number in this, yes, the 10 points are nice, but 7 rebounds. He's turned into one of the better rebounding forwards for Boston College and in this ACC. It's been huge and a big reason why they've had some success in their last couple of outings.
Yeah, he's equaled his 7 rebounds against the Tigers Tuesday with 7 already. Rest of the BC squad only has 9. And a foul on the Eagles. That's on Devin McLaughlin, his second, with Jesse Edwards at the line. 1-1.
And John, that's a smart play. I like what Syracuse is doing. Quinten Post on the bench. Boston College at a clear size disadvantage. They could have easily tried to jack up a three. They recognize they're big. Jesse Edwards has an advantage. Let's get him in the post. And we've seen some pretty nice passing into the post by Syracuse to Jesse Edwards.
And the rebound for T.J. Bickerstaff. Saw those numbers by Edwards. An impressive first half. Working on gaining his 10th double-double of the season.
And watch how Boston College is attacking the Syracuse zone. They're rotating the three guys up at the top, in and out of the foul line area. They either step out, catch a pass, or set a screen.
Liebe tried to beat the shot clock with a heave. That's a turnover, the 6th for the Eagles. Here's Thursday night's women's basketball doubleheader. Olivia Miles leads the number 9 Irish against Pittsburgh at 6 Eastern. Then Diamond Johnson and number 15 NC State take on Jules Spear and Wake Forest. Should be another terrific night of women's hoops on ACC Network and the app. Here come the Eagles with numbers. Liebe back to Zachary. Skipping it. Zachary. Bickerstaff. Ashton Langford rejected by Mr. Block Party, Jesse Edwards. He averages 3 blocks per game to lead the conference.
And we're seeing great defense on both ends right here. Makai Ashton Langford, great recovery. I like it even better. Keep possession for your team. And then Jesse Edwards, the leader in blocks in the ACC. He's just got great length and timing, breaking up a deuce by Boston College.
Second block of the night for Edwards. Deep three. Ashton Langford gives BC the lead. How about that range?
Well, you're going to have to hit some threes against this Syracuse zone. I think the key thing is the quality of looks.
Girard gets planted. And that's going to be 3 free throws for Joe Girard. Second foul on Jaden Zachary.
This one right here, logo 3 for Makai Ashton Langford. But back on the other end, John, speaking with other coaches that scout Syracuse, Joseph Girard will put you to sleep. Meaning you'll think he's just standing there. Somebody would come set a pin down and he'll run off that. And if you're not there on the catch, he is one of the better three-point shooters in college basketball. And you look at his historic numbers, 275 made threes. That's a guy you better be there on the catch.
And a difficult task for BC whenever he's either in Chestnut Hill or against the Dome, or at the Dome against the Eagles, as Zachary goes to the bench. They just can't seem to cover.
Well, I think the big thing is he probably struggles against guys with a little bit more length. A guy that's maybe 6'5", 6'7", smaller guards, because they get caught up on the screens. He does a good job running off those pin downs and then freeing himself up for some open looks.
Girard has 8, Edwards has 13. Another deep three. Ashton Langford rattles out. And out of bounds off of Quinten Post. Coming up at halftime, Kelsey Riggs will be joined by Joel Berry, Carlos Boozer, and Luke Hancock in our ACC Network studio. Plenty of topics at this time of year in college hoops to cover. What a busy day, and some upsets to cover for the crew at halftime. Girard, the slip, and the putback is good. That's Malik Brown off the glass. First 2 of the night for Brown. Game has been tied 5 times. Bickerstaff in the middle of the zone.
Boston College trying to use ball fakes to move the hands and then get the ball right there to that foul line area.
Edwards with the foul, his second. Is this a good idea?
Well, I think this right here, again, you look at this pass, that's how you want to attack the zone. And certainly that's a big break for Boston College, picking up a foul on Jesse Edwards. Now let's see how they attack and see if you get Quinten Post involved with Jesse Edwards on the bench.
Yeah, Munir Hema replaces Edwards. Hema, 25 blocks. Under a minute to play in the half. Ashton Langford out of control. Post the three, and he nails it. Ties the game at 32.
And that's what makes him a difficult matchup. We talked about his last 4 games, averaging 21 points per game. He is a 7-footer that can beat you down low in the paint, and then also step out and knock down threes.
38% from 3. That's his 11th of the season. That repertoire is expanding for Post. Offensive arsenal. Girard, the fadeaway. Overrunning the rebound was Bickerstaff, kept alive by the Orange. 3 by Justin Taylor. He's got it. He's a freshman from Charlottesville and was a high school teammate of Tony Bennett's son. So, waning stages of the first half. A lead made to Ashton Langford. He hoists one. And it's no good. Syracuse with the 3-point halftime lead after the Taylor three-pointer. They led for 14 minutes and 21 seconds in the first half.
Right here we see his team.
And the ACC standings as the studio crew took you around the league. Clemson 10-3 and a second straight loss. And Pitt, UVA, and NC State, it's such a competitive conference.
Yeah, at the top half of that lead, in the middle half, really not much separating these teams. So every game counts.
Moving month in college basketball, Quinten Post is called for a travel. He got a little bit jumbled up there in the post.
Yeah, and that's really credit Jesse Edwards. Again, you have to be aware of his shot blocking. One of the best shot blockers in college.
Girard to Edwards. And we have contact. And Edwards comes up a bit lame as Devin McLaughlin was defending on the block.
And they're running Syracuse a lot of actions to get Jesse Edwards diving to the post. And yeah, that time McLaughlin looked like he was late getting over. And again, a really well-designed play. Boston College, they're sending guys because they're cognizant of Girard coming off that pin down. As soon as Edwards screens, he's diving right down low to the post.
Third foul against McLaughlin. He leaves just 21 seconds into the second half. McLaughlin replaced DeMar Langford in the starting lineup last 2 games. Langford out with a knee injury, suffered against Virginia. Syracuse led throughout the first half. And what do you think the message was from Jim Boeheim?
I think a big thing is limit the breakdowns on the back end of their zone. Right now, Boston College, they're getting a ball to that high post, and then they've been having some breakdowns on the back end.
Kai Ashton Langford from 25. Not what they're looking for.
That one was a little deep. You can get that really pretty much any time. I'd like to be a little bit more patient and get a higher percentage shot.
Stolen by Jaden Zachary, one of the top steal artists in the ACC. Down the lane, and he converts. Zachary is tenacious on the defensive end.
Yeah, he's got great body control. One of the stronger guards in the ACC. Built really strong, and that's a really difficult tool through contact.
First point scored off a orange turnover by the Eagles. Syracuse has coughed it up 6 times. Edwards usually hits that one, and TJ Bickerstaff with the rebound. Bickerstaff in the game for Devin McLaughlin, who's out with 3 fouls. Eagles haven't beaten the Orange since 2018. 9 straight wins in the series for Syracuse. A 3 by Quinten Post. And a throwaway by TJ Bickerstaff. Here comes Joe Girard. 3, corner, no good by Chris Bell. And the Orange regain possession.
right here, let's see, Post. And they're saying that went off of Quinten Post.
Questionable, maybe. Girard, nice through the defense. He has 10 points, the second player in double figures. Edwards has 15.
John, that's a nice little step through by Girard again. They're running out at him on the three-point line.
And the dunk by Quinten Post. What a pass by Ashton Langford.
And that's twice now in this game. Boston College has been able to find the back half underneath of that zone on the baseline with a direct pass from the wing.
Swarming defense. Justin Taylor off the orange bench. Bickerstaff triggers a fast break to Jaden Zachary. BC has put up 22 three-pointers. They've made 5. The Orange have taken 10 threes. They've made 2. Zachary with a 3. He's got it. They were deliberate, and he got the open look.
I'll go back to that first game number. Boston College, only 4 threes in that game. Syracuse almost daring them to shoot the 3-ball. They're going to have to knock some of those down and continue their shooting from the perimeter.
7th time, Malcolm, the game has been tied. BC's only led for 1 minute, 51 seconds. Post spinning against Edwards, and he's got it. He gives the Eagles the lead. It's a 7-0 run, and Jim Boeheim takes a timeout. They're rocking the baby, and the fans, it's a sellout Connie Form, and Quinten Post feeling it.
Well, when you knock down threes, it opens up the middle. Quinten Post, with the nice little reverse. Boston College up 2.
ACC Network Basketball is presented by Subway. Subway's upping their game with the All-Star Subway Series menu. Just order by name or number.
All right here, Boston College, you're going to have to knock down some threes, in particular some contested ones against this Syracuse zone. Right here, Post with the pass, and then that opens up the middle. Excellent offense by Boston College. All set up, though, by them knocking down some perimeter jumpers.
Entering the night, BC 27 for 71 on threes their last 4 games, 38%. Backdoor, nicely done as Torrance lays it in.
Well, Jesse Edwards has really played a really good all-around game for Syracuse. Blocks, we talked about his offensive numbers. That's a nice pass, though. Boston College fell asleep on the backdoor cut. That's a pinpoint pass by Jesse Edwards that led to a wide-open layup.
Good timeout by Jim Boeheim.
Well, it certainly worked with that play for Edwards, and then they got a bucket. So
Malik Bay to Post for 3. Here comes Edwards, and now Girard in the front court. On the baseline, Brown, who had a quiet first half. Taylor, 3. He's going to be a heck of a player in Syracuse.
They are really high on this young freshman. A great body, does not look like a freshman. A great build, and his ability to stretch the D. Excellent footwork and elevation on his jumper.
He has 2 of their 3 three-pointers. Post swarmed. And the active Orange defense, as always, in the 2-3 zone. Syracuse with a 3-point lead in Chestnut Hill.
You've spent some time overseas together. We had actually a really good time speaking before the game, catching up on some old memories.
Now a high school coach in Detroit. An Elite 8 team you had in 1993-94. Put-back attempt by T.J. Bickerstaff after the post miss. Syracuse has led for more than 17 minutes. BC's led for 2:07. And a block by Ashton Langford, a candidate for an ACC all-defensive squad.
Yeah, and they broke up a beautiful play. It was an excellent pass by Torrance to Joseph Girard on the back door. It looked like he was going to get a wide open 2, but that's a great recovery by Ashton Langford.
And a jump ball. Tie up by Zachary. He's 6'2" against the 7'1" Edwards.
Yeah, right here, again, nice, really just gritty play by Jaden Zachary. Again, he knows guarding Joseph Girard, you have to be locked in on him.
Edwards maneuvers and hits. Boy, that is his shot. He loves posting up. 7-0 Orange run. And why not feed him, right?
Yeah, textbook. And again, they continue to look for him. Boston College, again, they're going to have to make a decision. Do we go double or at least dig to give Quinten Post some help when they throw the ball down low to Jesse Edwards?
Bickerstaff, no. Open look, and Justin Taylor the board. Torrance, Brown passed it up. Taylor takes the three, and he makes the three. Justin Taylor, energizer off the Orange bench with 9 on 3 threes. Timeout, BC. So Syracuse and the fans coming down from Central New York with an 8-point lead, and we'll take largest lead of the game for the Orange, Malcolm, and they're passing the ball well.
Yeah, extra passes. I think Joseph Girard, that last play that led to a wide open three for Justin Taylor. Really, it's something that the coaching staff has talked to him about. Look, he draws so much attention. He could have easily tried to jack this up right here. Extra pass, unselfish play by Joseph Girard. That's beautiful basketball in transition. And Coach Jim Boeheim must be pleased with how his team has responded to Boston College.
If they can get this type of production from Justin Taylor off the bench, that's going to be a pleasant development. And 4 assists on 5 field goals this half.
Yeah, really, again, the willingness for them to all make the extra pass. And then when Boston College stays home, they've done a nice job continuing to go down low to Jesse Edwards. On the other side, Boston College, again, they've had some good looks. They had a wide open foul line jumper. They just missed that one. I think the problematic area for them has been containing Jesse Edwards in this game. He's got 17 points and 6 boards.
And the Eagles extremely reliant on the 3 ball, and that's not necessarily a good thing for them. Earl Grant doesn't want more than 15, but against the zone, you're pretty much forced to do it. This will be the 25th 3 attempt, and they hit their 7th of the game. So he'll take that, but overall, he wants better production.
Yeah, I think, though, that, again, you'll live with that if you're Earl Grant. We talked about it. Quinten Post, really, he's one of their better 3-point shooters for Boston College, although he's a 7-footer. That looks like a 2-guard coming off a screen right there.
Post averaging 21 points a game. His last 4, he has 15. Edwards, he always has an answer.
Yeah, they're going to have to double now. Again, they've stayed home, and they've gone to Jesse Edwards, Syracuse, and he's made Boston College pay. They're going to have to give Quinten Post some help down low on the post, whether it's going to double or at least dig down and make it look like you're going to go double.
Edwards has 19 to lead all scorers. Made 8 of 11 shots. Zachary navigates, and he hits, and it's an N1. Bill Covington calls the foul on Malik Brown.
Jim Boeheim wanted to travel on this play right here. A little rub screen by Quinten Post, and then up and under. Yeah, I think that's pretty good footwork by Jaden Zachary. And then on the other end, right here, the footwork by Jesse Edwards. The improvement that he has made year over year for Syracuse, probably some of the best that I've seen.
Bill Covington just told us Zachary got hit in the face. They changed it to Jesse Edwards. That's his 3rd. So Edwards out there with 3 fouls. Girard gets doubled. And here's a foul on the Eagles, Zachary. Tonight at 8:30 Eastern, the Nothing But Net crew will break down the day in the ACC with highlights and analysis of all the men's games and look ahead at the best games on the schedule in the coming week. That's coverage you can only find in one place, right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Zachary has to leave with 3 fouls, and Chaz Kelly, a freshman, replaces him. The Eagles do not have Donald Hand They expected him to be their backup point guard. He's out for the year with a torn ACL. Played just 2 games, a freshman. Girard, a follow away, and it's a 2-pointer. So Syracuse hot shooting continues.
Yeah, he is tough. I mean, he gets it going. Again, that's not bad defense by Mekhi Ashton Langford. That's a guy that's one of the top scorers in the ACC, just really getting into his shot, and he's been problematic for Boston College throughout his career.
Girard has 12. He's 3 for 10 from the field. Chaz Kelly, a rare show of marksmanship. Freshman's gaining more confidence.
And that's pretty tough, too. Off the bench, forget about being cold. He hits a deep 3, and that's a big one to cut the deficit to 3.
Girard, the take, cut off on the baseline. Post has it. It's only Kelly's 8th 3 of the season. Thought about it again. Ashton Langford takes it, and he makes it. The Eagles have tied it up. They've got a few counter punches in the back. Girard against Ashton Langford. Edwards on his countryman. Wow, what a move.
He's got the whole bag today. I mean, they're isolating him, giving them free reign at the free throw line. He's working his way down. That time, little shoulder fake, and then back to the finish with the left hand. He has been impressive all night.
Kelly and Ashton Langford playing a 2-man game. Now to Post. Eyes the 3. Rebound to League-Bay. Blocked by Edwards. His 3rd block of the game. He's matched his season average. Leads the ACC in that department.
And the key thing with that, he kept the ball in play. A lot of times guys would have tried to punch that into stance, realizing time in possession. That's a big-time block by Jesse Edwards.
Taylor, he's been a spark. Malik Brown to Girard. And here's Ashton Langford. Joe Girard, 1 for 6 from 3. Lob, and it's up and in by League-Bay. Good pass by Chaz Kelly.
And that's, again, Boston College has found a weak spot in the zone. They've been able to get behind the zone and throw over it.
Mekhi Ashton Langford has 3 of the 9 BC 3-pointers. And this was from a long distance. His dad is enjoying it all. He's a presence at BC. The Eagles tie it up.
Since I was little, I wanted to be a part of.
Jesse Edwards is 4 rebounds away from his 10th double-double this season. He's such a good offensive player.
Very impressed right here. A little reverse pivot, shoulder fake, left Quinten Post, but then Quinten Post answers with his 3-point shooting ability. It's really been a fun matchup of these 2 bigs. Contrasting styles. Jesse Edwards has done a lot of work and damage down low in the block. On the other end, Post showing off the 3-point shooting touch.
We knew from the start that was part of our storyline from the jump. Jesse Edwards against Quinten Post. Taylor to Torrance, who's given them a nice boost off the bench. Mintz has the ball. He's been quiet in the second half. Gets fouled by Prince of League-Bay. First on the freshman from Minneapolis who played high school ball with Chet Holmgren and Jalen Suggs.
And Judah Mintz does a great job getting defenders up in the air. Nice use of the head fake. He really sells that well, and that's 3 or 4 times I've counted in this game where he's been able to get Boston College defenders off their feet. He is so crafty and shifty as a freshman.
Mintz has been silent for the most part at 7 points, 2 turnovers in 18 minutes. Why has that happened?
Well, I think the biggest thing is he's been patient. Again, their matchup advantage has been Jesse Edwards, and that's something the coaching staff has talked to their team about. Look, let's go to our game plan. If we have an advantage, let's play to that. They have done that, and it's worked out thus far pretty well for Syracuse going to Jesse Edwards.
Syracuse has outscored BC 23-21 in the second half. Eagles riding an 11-5 run. Here's Kelly. Oh, he's nifty and he's crafty. Chaz Kelly, 5 points off the bench. It's our 9th lead change. Eagles coming off the upset win over 20th-ranked Clemson Tuesday night.
Now Boston College sends the double team at Jesse Edwards.
Torrance to Taylor with under 5 to shoot. Good defense taken away by Ashton Langford. He had 6 steals Tuesday. Goes coast to coast. Largest lead of the game for Boston College.
The heart and soul of this Boston College team is Mekhi Ashton Langford. That's a big-time steal and finish off.
And a timeout, Syracuse. Mekhi Ashton Langford has rallied BC. And this sellout crowd of over 8,000 has a lot to celebrate. Can they hang on in the final 8:24?
John, the adjustment Boston College has made, Jesse Edwards, now they're going to double. He has been dominant in this game. They're getting the ball out of his hands. The rotation has been good. And then the end result, they were able to come up with a turnover. But to the adjustment, you can see anytime the ball goes into the post, they are doubling hard and giving help to the post players.
And the flush by Jesse Edwards, just what Jim Boeheim ordered after the timeout. It's a nice counter.
He's a Hall of Fame coach for a reason. That's a beautiful set play out of the timeout. Had Jesse Edwards out at the high post, looked like he was going to pop out, and then they run a beautiful play to get him a lob.
League Bay and a 50-50 ball with Taylor and Ashton Langford. Possession towards BC.
And John, this is a beautiful set play. And because Joseph Girard is setting the screen, Mekhi Ashton Langford cannot help in that situation because he's afraid of Girard stepping out. That's a beautifully designed play, and it would end result, because of the pinpoint passing, a monster dunk for Jesse Edwards. Beautiful timeout and execution coming out of that timeout by Syracuse.
Eagles shooting 45%. A forced pass by Post. He paid for it with the turnover. Just when you think they're open, not necessarily in the zone.
Yeah, and Syracuse again adjusted. Boston College has hurt them on the baseline, finding that area. They adjust and come up with the steal.
8th Eagles turnover. Edwards to Mintz. The left hand and a bump. That's a foul on Quinten Post. His second.
John, this is great patience by Jesse Edwards. He knows the double's coming. He waits until the last minute, and then Judah Mintz, heads up play, dive down low to the post.
And during the break, Grant Williams, Celtics forward, throwing some shirts into the sellout crowd. The marketing staff at BC's done a really nice job this year bringing Celtics to games. Pete Pritchard was here the other night, throwing some hot dogs into the crowd, and both of them showing off their arms. Grant Williams, what a great career he had at Rocky Top.
Yeah, and showing off some arm strength there as well, too. It looked like he got that one up into the upper deck. Delayed the game, but right here, pretty good game. And this guy at the line, Judah Mintz, although he hasn't had a monster game in terms of scoring, again, I've been impressed with his court awareness and some of the reads he's made. Again, making the right decisions to go to your matchup that favors you.
A League Bay, and he ran into that Syracuse wall. That happens a lot in the 2-3 zone. Girard thought about it. Here's Mintz, freshman. Taylor has been huge for them with 3 threes. Mintz, double team. What a pass to Edwards. Oh, Syracuse revitalized after that timeout. That's 25 points for the big Jesse Edwards.
And I'm going to go back to my comment about Judah Mintz. That's the maturity that he has shown in growth during the season. Maybe earlier he would have tried to jack that shot up. Beautiful pass to Jesse Edwards.
So Syracuse The lead now for 23 minutes and 30 seconds. Going back and forth. It's tied 27 all in the second half. Edwards playing like a first-team All-ACC center, and it goes out of bounds. Back to the Judah Mintz play, and heady play for the guard.
Yeah, and again, earlier in the season, he might have tried to jack this shot up. Sees that he draws 2 defenders, almost 3. That's a beautiful little dump ball pass. Key number, 4 assists. Yes, everybody knows he can score. I've been impressed, though, with his playmaking in this game.
That's a good observation, Malcolm. He's been a steadying influence despite only 10 points. Mason Madsen, nice first half. He's been quiet in the second half. Aligbe almost stepped out of bounds. McLaughlin, Aligbe the board, but it got punched out of his hand. Here comes Mintz. He's 1-on-3 and a hold for Girard.
Again, it's a little thing, but Judah Mintz, you can see him maturing. Again, early in the season, or 1-on-3, he might have tried to jack that one up, understanding 3-point lead, pull the ball back out and run some clock.
Excellent court awareness by the freshman. The backdoor pass to Malik Brown. Bill Covington calls a foul.
Oh, this right here, again, all Judah Mintz. Beautiful pick and roll offense. Nice little unselfish bounce pass that led to a scoring play. Jerry McNamara, Red Autry had a chance to talk with those guys before the game, and they said both. What's the biggest difference with him? That right there, his ability to understand time and possession of the game.
Rattles home for Brown, and Mintz is clearly only a freshman in name only. He's gotten a lot of maturity throughout this year as a headliner for Jim Boeheim. A 5-point lead for the Orange. 4th foul on Devin McLaughlin of BC.
Yeah, again, really excellent offense by Syracuse. Boston College, last couple possessions, they've had some pretty good looks. One, a corner 3, just unable to convert, but they're getting some high percentage looks. Key thing is, cannot turn it over, though, against this Syracuse zone.
8-0 Orange run. Their largest lead was 8, and another turnover. You just called it.
And again, the ball fakes, Syracuse much more active in the passing lanes, and just can't do it against this team. They're going to milk clock and then go back down low to this guy right here. Force you to double.
Edwards has had the better of Post throughout. And a foul. That's on Post, his 3rd. Our next All Access, the ACC Life, is a very special one. Premieres Monday night. You'll take an emotional journey with ACC student athletes and administrators from all 15 ACC institutions who travel to Montgomery and Selma, Alabama to experience and learn more about the civil rights movement, highlighted by a march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Dallin Cuffs hosts at 7 Eastern on ACC Network and the ESPN app.
Well, John, again, we talked about, as we look at some good passing by Boston College, but another thing that Jesse Edwards has done, obviously not a popular thing to talk about, but how well he sets screens for Joseph Girard. He's freed him up like that last play right there for some really open looks coming off pin downs. Boston College switching to a zone.
And a baseline jumper by Mintz. Do you like the changeup by the Eagles?
Well, it didn't work. So if you're Earl Grant, obviously you're trying to change something up to slow this Cuse offense down. Again, great patience, and then Judah Mintz showing off his mid-range game.
And that was deflected by a few, and a turnover again for BC. It's piling up, and Judah Mintz, he's having some fun in the last 3 minutes. Girard, Mintz, baseline connectivity.
This week is your chance to try any sub.
Offensive energizer.
He has really been impressive. He's shown off a lot of moves in the post right here. Great footwork, finished with the left. Boston College really has had to double. They've set some plays for him, Syracuse, out of timeouts or just in the regular flow of their offense. He's caught lobs. I think the biggest thing, though, is the points off of turnovers. Boston College right now giving up way too many points off of turnovers. Boston College's last 9 possessions, they've been 1 of 5 and 4 turnovers. They're really trying to close this game out at home. Really tough to do when you're turning the ball over.
It's magnified, the 14 points off the BC turnovers by the Orange. They feast on that. A hallmark of Jim Boeheim's Hall of Fame tenure. There's a reason why they've used the 2-3 zone for more than 45 years. Mintz the lob, and Edwards is the beneficiary. That's a veteran pass to a veteran dunker.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Judah Mintz, I'm going to say it again. I know he can score. Everybody in the ACC and college basketball understands he can score. But the passing that he has shown in this game and the reads he has made to set Edwards up, that one right there, again, that's pinpoint passing. All Edwards had to do was catch, go up and dunk.
Malik Bay with the 3, rebound for Post. Here's Zachary. He's got the 3. So Jaden Zachary counter punches for the Eagles. That was the largest lead of the game for the Orange at 9. Take us through these next 2 minutes and 25 seconds. What do both teams have to do?
Well, defensively, Boston College is going to have to get a stop. Right now, they go back into, looks like a 1-2-2 zone, 3-2 zone. Call it what you want, but it's a zone. They're going to have to rebound out of it and then obviously be conscious of three-point shooting, in particular Girard and Taylor.
Mintz with 1 second left, and that's an air ball. That's shot clock violation and a turnover for Syracuse. Sloppy possession. That's rare in the second half for them.
It really has. And on the other side, Jaden Zachary really has been solid for Boston College. And Earl Grant, 14 points, 3 of 6 from the three-point line. Syracuse is going to have to find him, not give him any quality looks from beyond the arc.
And an offensive foul, says Jerry Heater, on TJ Bickerstaff. What happened?
Well, Earl Grant not arguing, so you know he knows it's a pretty good call. He just moved. Again, yeah, he's moving. I mean, it's a moving screen.
Right.
It's right in front of the referee. That's an easy call for him to make. Tough break for Boston College. Look, they're trying to screen the guards. That's a great job, though, by Judah Mintz fighting over that screen. But if you're in that situation, TJ Bickerstaff, you can't pick up a foul in that situation under 2 minutes to go.
Third foul on Bickerstaff. He's out of the lineup. Syracuse killing clock. Brown to Girard. And there's a foul on Jaden Zachary. He looked at the official and thought he might have gotten away with it, but Ray Steins calls the foul.
And Jim Boeheim was ready to erupt if he did not make that call. It was a delayed whistle. Yeah, again, now, if Jaden Zachary's going straight up and Joseph Girard goes into him, then that's another thing. But because he's closing out and he's flying in to Joseph Girard, that's an easy call to make.
Mount Boeheim may have erupted.
Yeah, that one, again, that's right in front of the ref. It was delayed, but again, the right call. And certainly, if you're Boston College, you do not want to put this guy on the free throw line. He has been almost automatic.
Girard, 51 out of 61 on free throw attempts this year. Fourth foul on Zachary. Post has it deflected by Brown.
Well, the key thing right now with Boston College, ball fakes. Syracuse is very active with their passes. They're trying to get deflections. You got to move their hands and eyes with ball fakes.
Post to the rack. No. That's the rebound and fouled. So he missed the shot, but he came back. And the Orange foul him. Taylor's first. So in the last 75 seconds, Malcolm, It's a tough task to come back by 8.
Yeah, but still, again, plenty of time. It's going to, though, start. Obviously, you got to make the free throws, and then defensively, the fouls. You know, again, obviously the missed free throw hurts, but defensively, you're going to have to try to put something together if you're Earl Grant to try to force some turnovers against Syracuse, because they're going to try to run clock right now. Key thing, though, is playing D without fouling.
Only 3 attempts at the line for BC. Syracuse has been to the line 18 times. Rattles home for Post. He has 18. And a foul in the backcourt on Zachary. That will be it for Jaden Zachary. He's fouled out.
And in that situation right there, again, I'm not sure if that's what Earl Grant wanted to do, put Mintz on the line. Typically, you try to get a trap in the backcourt, try to get a steal, or try to get another trap over half court, see if you can get a steal. Then you look to foul, but they chose to foul again in that situation. Not sure if he wanted Jaden Zachary to foul in that situation.
You have to admire what Syracuse has done, Malcolm. They've dealt with some adversity. There's no question about that. They had some issues this week. There was the cloud of the Benny Williams decision. Jim Boeheim had, there was some contested issues with Boeheim this week due to his post-game press conference, and fans were clearly upset. And they've come back today to beat a pesky, or eventually maybe beat a pesky BC team. As there's a 3 by Kelly off the line and out of the bucket, but it's a good punch by them to come back. Steal by Madsen, a 3, and he's got it. Don't go anywhere. It's a 6-point lead for the Orange. And right in front of us, good hands, Huck. Still got it.
I'm just trying to save you from getting hit in the head, because you weren't moving, your reflexes. But right here, again, it's game far from over. A 6-point game, 48.3 seconds. I'm not sure what the referees are taking a look at. It might be a clock.
And Syracuse is out of timeouts. Two timeouts remaining for BC. Earl Grant with Jerry Heater. What do you think?
Earl Grant, I think, is contesting possession. Now, again, I think the refs are going to go take a look at it and see.
They are looking at it.
Here's the first one. A nice steal. Madsen heads up play, wide open 3, knocks it down.
Good defense by Madsen. Then he hits the 3 and back again to punch it away. Syracuse ball after the video review. 48.3 remaining in regulation. Syracuse has made 5 of their last 6 shots.
Right here again, Madsen heads up. Wow, again, now it's you can argue, look, it was a foul, but there wasn't one called, and looks like Madsen did not touch the ball in that situation.
Malik Brown to Girard, and a foul on Makai Ashton-Langford. So that kills 9 seconds. Second on Ashton-Langford and Girard at the line. 7 for 7 from the line tonight.
And John, this is why these end-of-game situations defensively so important. Probably, if you're Earl Grant, you want to trap or try to get the ball out of this guy's hand, Joseph Girard, put it in somebody else's hands, because Girard, again, one of the better free throw shooters. That's what the career numbers will tell you.
They've made 11 straight free throws. Put a star next to that stat. Kelly to Aligbe. Ashton-Langford down the lane. Edwards got a piece of it. Here's Madsen with the 3. No. Girard lets it go out of bounds. Good decision. Orange basketball up by 8. Season high 3-point attempts for BC. 34. They had 28 attempts against Wake Forest January 14th. They've made 11 of those. And a foul on Chaz Kelly. And that also tells a big story, Malcolm. You know, coming into every game against Syracuse, what does every team say? Take the open shot, make the open shot.
Well, I think it's more if they're open looks, and to the numbers in this game. Look, Jesse Edwards had a monster game, 27 points. He was efficient, 12 of 15 from the floor. But this guy at the line, I think really the unsung hero in this game. Not a monster game in terms of a 20-plus point performance, but he had 14 points, 6 of 8 from the free throw line, 6 of 9 now, but I think the big number, 5 assists. He really made some nice reads in this game, played a good floor game for Syracuse.
And their dominance against BC solidified. They've won 10 straight against the Eagles. It was a grinder, though. Both teams had their moments. Syracuse a +6 edge in the second half. They outscored them, Malcolm, in the second half, 42-36, and they also trailed by 3 with 8:12 left.
Well, one of the most improved players and a big-time shot blocker had it going offensively for Syracuse. Efficient, 12 of 15 from the